Well, good morning. The weather has turned. It's already kind of raining. I'm heading off to breakfast. I had 2 nice days to walk, but I partied instead. And, did my thing. This is part of Camino though too, right? Gotta get on out. Well, I'm heading out of town. Got my breakfast. Hit the bank. Had to go out of the way for that, unfortunately. But and the rain has stopped for the moment, but sure looks like this is socked in. So this is gonna be my whole day. We'll see. But I'm determined to do like a 30-kilometer day. I'm gonna get back to Santiago in 3 days, just like I planned. So, well, Fisterra at the cross. The place has a little magic to it, otherwise people wouldn't. Like half the population of this town is people who did Camino, and then they came back here to live. Like, it's craziness. A little bit of magic to it. Well, there's an advantage to walking back to Santiago and this kind of stuff. My back is to the wind. That really helps. I mean, some of our toughest days walking to Santiago was walking straight into the bad crap, straight into the wind. Now it's behind me. It's raining, but I don't really, it's only sprinkling a bit. It's not driving me in the face. Makes a big difference, man. It really does. It's getting worse. What am I starting to walk into here? It's only 10:30 in the morning. It's already like this. Good God. This could be an interesting day. Goodbye, Fisterra. Well, today is on a new trail. So I'll see all that. This is going to have me see the whole thing, the whole loop, which is actually something that few people do in a single year anyway. I think most people will, they do this multiple years. 1 year they'll walk to Maxwell, the next year they'll walk to Finisterre, right? But once today's done, then I got 60 kilometers of the same stuff. But at least I'm walking back a different direction, right? Certainly would not kick this town. Right on the ocean, big ass beach. Not bad. It's a Saturday morning. Oh, there's an actual person. I was just about to say it could not be more quiet, but all of a sudden I see people. Amazing. Place is actually a decent size. I've been walking for like a kilometer. Still not out of it. Kind of cool. I'm having that moment. This happens sometimes. What the hell am I doing out here? Everyone I know on Camino de Santiago is finished. They're done. They're going home or they're on their way. Nobody walks back to Santiago the way I'm doing. Like nobody. They all finish in like Finisterre. And honestly, why not? You go there, you party a bunch. You say your goodbyes and you kind of, have your last hurrah, and then they get on the bus, hug people, get on the bus back to Santiago, and then catch flights and stuff, right? What am I doing out here? Why am I walking back? Why am I that guy that's got to go just the extra mile, that's got to go 1,000 kilometers? And no one cares at all. It is just me. And I'm out here in the rain, the wind. And there's nobody waiting for me in Santiago. You know, no one would care at all if I took the bus to Santiago and then went and joined my parents in Porto. No one. Zero. Nada. Nobody would miss me. There's nobody there. So yeah, I'm having that moment. Well, I finished Sardinero off. I only walked about 100 meters, and I'm already into sea. Oh, I get it. I'm in a different province entirely, I think. Now, yeah, that's the province of Fisterra. Oh, it's hard to keep track. You go into autonomous regions. I mean, the autonomous region of Galicia, and then there's provinces in each of those regions. So, yeah. I'm having a hard time. I'm actually thinking about taking the bus. I'm lonely, I'm sad. Well, I stopped to get food, thinking there wasn't anything for 15 kilometers. Then I realized I wasn't even at, like, really the town yet. It's like another 2 kilometers to Concorbion and see, this sort of thing. But I have to cut myself some slack. I mean, you know, I'm at kilometer 915 of Camino. I mean, I've been through some crazy stuff, but I've never been on kilometer 915. It's insane. But yeah, I'm having a real emotional low point. I mean, you know, hiking with my dad and Evelyn, they were good company. And we drove each other. And, you know, in some ways it was, sometimes it could be a bit of a thing, but it also, they were company and I wasn't lonely. Man, it's just tough. It's tough right now. I'm just gonna try and walk it off. Now the province of Concorbion. You walk through the province of C in like 40 minutes or something. It's a little strange. Yeah, you just get a corner of it. As always, those things are both encouragement and detriment. Sometimes you really don't want to know how far you've gone and how far you have left, but one of those is there like every few hundred meters, right? And it's hard not to look. I don't feel like I've gone very far yet, but I was also down by the ocean at one point, and look where it is now. So I've done a bunch of climb. Take whatever encouragement you can. Very nice. I'm still having a tough time. I'm still trying to walk it off, but I do seem to be working through it. I think I figured out what happened. You need to deconstruct things sometimes, right? As you walk to Santiago, you get a community, more and more people, you know them, and you see them around, and they're all around, and you feel like you're all walking together, and you are. You know, they might be walking 2-3 days ahead, or behind, or whatever, but they are there. In our case, it was pretty much always ahead of us. And then all that started to fall away piece by piece. So, obviously my parents left, you know, Dad and Evelyn, and then, you know, as I started going to Finisterre and stuff, more and more people were going home. Some people I saw in Finisterre are on the way, which was amazing, actually. That was actually really, really cool. And then I met people in Finisterre. But it's all fallen away. It's all fallen away. And now I'm not even walking with the community anymore. I'm walking against the grain. I am walking back to Santiago. So now I'm not even walking with the community. I've even lost that. So finally, once and for all, I am thoroughly and totally alone. It's just me. I don't think anyone else is walking to Santiago today. Be quite surprised. There probably is. Let's be real. But yeah. So yeah, it's a whole new thing. It's crappy. At least it's not raining anymore. I'm on kilometer like 6 million, you know, in my head anyway. I haven't never done these kind of kilometers, and I'm dealing with all that. Well, it is nice here. It's too bad it's windy. And I lost all my climb, so now I'm going to climb back up again. Look over this. Cemeteries, man, they've been some of the most impressive things. It all started in Paris when we ran into that famous cemetery. Had no idea it was there, and it's continued on the whole way. Cemeteries. So cool. What is this dog doing? Chasing his tail? I don't think I've seen a dog chase his tail. He's like, it's like he's drunk when he's doing it. There you go. Huh. Man, careful walking backwards. Look at this, you know, I got this, whoop. Yeah. That guy just pointed me the way. This road in front of me, this is here. Looks like the Camino, doesn't it? This is the Camino, and see, now there's pilgrims, but there's absolutely no, you know, arrow or nothing, so, yeah. Oh man, it took a while to walk through sea. And like I showed on that one, sometimes the marking was crappy. And now I'm climbing like a bastard. I mean, I was down by that water, and I'm climbing pretty steep right now. Well, I'm still working my way through this. People who walk Camino backwards, it's a very lonely world. You pass people going the other way. Brief, you know, 2-second, oh, you know, hola, buen Camino. That's it, you were by yourself. By yourself. Maybe in a normal year there's more people going the other way. How do you even find them? All right? Like among the throngs of people walking to Santiago. I have respect for people who walk things backwards. It must be, man, that must be tough. Emotionally very, very tough. Holy crap. Lots and lots of climbing. Still going too. I came 100 meters out of my way to come see a cross, like the 700th cross I've seen on Camino. Not sure why it's up here, but hey, you know, the high point. All right, well, and I'm back. Well, you can actually see the cloud drifting along the top of that thing. There was still more climb after that cross even. Just unrelenting. Well, it looks like maybe now I'm done. Whoa. I've done my fair share of walking in the clouds in Spain. Like, you can actually see it enveloping the top of the trees a little bit. It's something else. Well, things leveled out, and I've been able to just take down some kilometers. It's nice. I reached out to some friends on WhatsApp, other pilgrims. You know, there's always people to help you, right? Even though they're not on Camino anymore, maybe you'll never see them again. In fact, good chance you won't. You know, there's, yeah, just bounce your stuff off people. It does help. And there are people who've done this way more than I have, right? They are freaking pros. I mean, they've been here. They have been in this exact state of mind. So they have words of wisdom, right? Good ones. Well, it's an unfortunate weather day, but there would be nice views. There's the ocean. You can see how much I climbed up. Oh. Well, now that it's later in the day, these things become a bit of a source of encouragement, you know, because that basically means that I've done about 21 kilometers already so far today. It's like 3 o'clock, so I started walking at 10. So, you know, hammering stuff off. I just talked to a couple that went by. When I came, I stayed in a place called Lagoso. And now that I'm heading back, I'm going to go a few kilometers past that to Olveiroa. And I just talked to them and they stayed at a place there for 12 euros. So got a bed. So that works. The goal is to get to Negrera in 2 days. And then I only have like just over 20 kilometers to get into Santiago on the last day, and I'll have time to get to the bus station and pick up a ticket, you know, before the next day, so that I know I have a ticket on that bus to Porto, because it seems like all the pilgrims take that bus to Porto. So it's something you want to go and get ahead of time, I think. So as my parents did, they just went in person and picked it up. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, I think I'm finally starting to move past what was bothering me so much. To be honest, there's stuff that happened in Finisterre. And, you know, stuff happens when you get drunk with relative strangers. At least my friend tells me that. He's the one that got drunk, right? Anyway. Yeah, I mean, you know, stuff happened that I will definitely not talk about on YouTube. And yeah, you know, there are results of that. Things happen when you party. So anyway, you know, probably tomorrow there'll be more emotional crap to deal with, but today I feel like I'm generally, you know, kind of over the hump, kind of maybe gone through the worst of it. I haven't talked so damn much about my emotions since like way back early in my backpacking days, right? Like way back, like when I did the 5-day one on the North Boundary Trail Fire Road, just messed myself up, right? Like physically and like, ugh. Anyway. I just got like serious deja vu walking up to this thing, like I've seen it before. There's been so many churches. It is insane. So many churches, so many crosses. Oh. Yeah. Man, get gut hooks or Bun Camino or Camino Ninja or something with the trail, like when you go backwards. See, here we go. Here's the trail. Here's a marker. That way or this way? You would think straight, right? Nope. I checked. Check gut hooks. It's up here. When it comes to how our muscles develop from the work that we give them, that's a genetic, you know, roll of the dice. Some people, their abs get very strong, their arms, their back, their legs, just specific items. And then some people are just blessed to just get much stronger than the rest of us just from the same amount of work. Me, I know that most people, kind of the middle of the back is sort of a, you know, a sore point, but kilometer 935 now, and my back still gets sore, like between 20 and 25. You would think that after 6-7 weeks with this pack on, and it's only like 16, 17, 18 pounds maybe, that my back would be strong enough to handle 30 kilometers and not get stiff and sore, but still does. What do you do? Here I am. I finished the loop. It didn't take 3 days like I thought. It took 5. And these 2 places left their mark on me. Both of them. Fisterra and Muxia. I don't feel like the same guy I was 5 days ago standing here. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people. That's why they end up going back and living there. I am coming up to Hospital. It's a long stretch from sea to Hospital with nothing. No restaurants or anything like that. So make sure you pick up food in sea or Hospital or Lagoso. Something along those lines. So, now that I've done both, I've done the trail to Muxia and the one from Finisterre. If you want to do just one, most people do just one and take the train back or the bus back, I would probably suggest Finisterre. Muxia has that real big Harari, but that's it. That's really all there is to see. You get to see the town of Sea with that little harbor and Corcubion. And then the approach up to Finisterre is pretty fantastic from that side too, right? So then you can always walk across to Muxia or take the bus or something to see them both. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Almost to Lagoso, which is where I stayed when I came through here. I'm going to push another few kilometers though to Olveiroa, like I talked about, so not quite done my work yet. I feel like when I got up in the morning and left here like 5 days ago, I couldn't see any of this. Now I can't see a whole lot more of it, but this walk in reverse now on trail that I've seen is actually kind of trippy. It's the first time I've been on trail that I've already seen in 900 kilometers. I feel like I don't want to stay in the same albergues again on the way back. Even though I know what I'd be getting. I have memories from the first time I stayed, and I feel like I'd be like diluting them by, staying there again. Or, So, I think I'll just, like the people I met and the picture I got in my head of all that sort of thing. I think I just want to leave it intact. I'll go and experience a different albergue both nights. Well, look what snuck through the dense cloud, a little bit of blue sky. Look how low it is over there though, like it's super, super low and then you have blue sky. I can't complain too much, right? It rained lightly for like the first hour. And after that, it was just a view spoiler, but never that cold. The wind, you saw the wind was up there for a bit, but it didn't last. And mostly it's behaved. I'm not soaking wet. I thought I might be by the time this day was over. You don't see this back where I come from. Really, really low clouds, like literally, they're enveloping the windmills, and then blue. Usually when it's really low clouds, they're just a sweeping, absolute white sheet over everything. So it's just kind of funny to see. This is an unexpected treat. When I came through here days ago, it was all misted up. And now, just in time for this, it's opened up. I got sun. I can see this beautiful valley. Super cool. Well, I'm almost there. Today is going to turn out to be around 32, I think. Don't usually keep track, but when you start doing 30 plus days, that's when you start kind of going, ooh, how much am I handling? And I think tomorrow is also going to be 32 to Negrera, so I'm here. Big long day, emotional day. Some toxins clearing out of my system too, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be in better physical shape, better emotional shape. I'll also get away earlier instead of starting to walk at 10. At least probably start walking at like 8:30 or so. This is Olveiroa. Does the job. I do like the curtains, but I'm not real high on having mattresses that aren't wrapped and then a blanket, because that is accessible to bed bugs. Oh, it's been ages since I've eaten by myself, honestly.